This Thursday morning at the Yale Center for British Art, there will be a short film screening of a movie called Flying Bird's Diary. It's a multi-award winning 2024 short based on the life of Fidelia Fielding, or Flying Bird, who died in 1908, the last speaker of the Mohegan language and a member of the Connecticut Women's Hall of Fame. My guests both are Mohegans. They are the writer of the film, Melissa Tandaquidjian Zobel, and playwright, performer, and director of this film, Madeline Sayet. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having us.
You bet. Melissa, you're a prominent member of the Mohegan tribe, a member of the Council of Elders, author, historian. I can truly imagine why you did this film. It was also on stage. What did you find out about Flying Bird as you did your research?
Surprisingly, I didn't have to do as much as you might think, because my aunt Gladys Tandaquidjian knew Flying Bird. Even though she died in 1908, Gladys, lived from 1899 to 2005. So she had memories, and she'd grown up with people who knew her. So a lot of what's in the story really comes from Gladys's own memories. When I was growing up, the idea of the language was still somewhat taboo. It had been outlawed in the state of Connecticut in the early 1900s. And so it wasn't really something people were ready to fully embrace until about 100 years after Flying Bird's death, to give it another try, to see if society was ready for it. And it's pretty exciting, because if you think about it, it's the original language of Connecticut, and we're bringing it back, and that's our story.
I've been working as a director for quite a long time now, and honestly, we've both been back and forth over the course of our sort of lives over different sort of grapplings with telling this story. I at one point wrote a play about it, then she wrote a better play about it. We've gone back and forth. And originally, actually, when I was named as a child, my middle name in my English name, Fielding, is named for Fidelia Fielding, and then also in my Mohegan name, I'm also named for her. So I was sort of raised with this sense of a burden of responsibility telling this story, and Melissa had written a full-length feature, and we hadn't been able to get the funding to tell the whole story, but I just felt like it was so important to be able to give people a glimpse of this world, because it's a time period. Not only is the language important, but it's a time period in which you never actually really get to see Native people existing in the Northeast in cinema, and so it really changes the way people think about a lot of different things.
It's a very packed 13 minutes, because in many ways it's kind of a sizzle reel for a feature. So you get a lot of the story, but not Flying Bird's whole life. This is a slice of her life.
So are you teasing something here, like you're hoping there's going to be a full-length motion picture? The wheels are already turning?
It would be great. Madeline's the director, but we won 30 awards with just the screenplay, and then we won more awards with the short. So we're hoping one day.
Madeline, what do you think? You're out there.
I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen, and I think what's neat though about the short is it's actually the end of the film. So in the short, you get a real look into Gladys's life as a little girl, but actually the screenplay for Flying Bird's Diary actually follows Flying Bird from when she's a child, coming of age in a world in which a lot of the rules and the rights of the time, especially for Native women, are changing, and then ends with the next generation. And I think you get a really good sense of sort of the brightness of what it is to follow a kid through a lot of that journey from that last scene.
I wish you all the luck in the world of getting a feature movie.
Thank you.
Thank you both. And for more on the film Flying Bird's Diary, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.